be archived. Today's live stream, we will be talking about the 4B movement. If you don't know what the 4B movement is, and I will describe it a few times in this live. The 4B movement was started in South Korea by South Korean women um, as their way to protest whatever it is they're protesting there against men, which pretty much boils down to no dating men, no having sex with men, no having babies with men, and no marrying men. And this has become a movement that women here in the West have decided to adopt. Excuse me. Mostly because of the political climate. So I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about the MGTOW movement and everybody going their own way. Well, we're gonna get some people in here first, and then we'll start going over that. Also, kind of, just to break the ice a little bit. I want to talk about my day at work today. My day at work today was kind of trash. I got off early, did a live stream of me coming home. And the reason I got off early today was because, for one, we haven't been very busy throughout the year at all. This year has been slow. And I think it's because of the economy. I don't think people have the disposable income to just come out during lunch and blow $50, $60 like they did even a year ago. And, hopefully the economy can turn around. But I personally think that we are in the middle of an economic reset and there is no turning it around, not at least for how we're accustomed to it. But anyway, I had two tables today. And the reason that irritated me was because I opened the restaurant. And when you open a restaurant, well, I open a restaurant every day for during the weekdays, every day. And typically, I'm supposed to get set first because I'm the first fucking person there. But they set one of the older ladies first, which normally I don't care. Didn't care today. But the problem was, after an hour, I had one table. One table. So when the other servers started coming in, of course, you have to start seating them. But a couple times, I got skipped over. And that just irked me. Oh, these people wanted to go to the booth, or these people wanted to sit at this table, or these people wanted to sit. What up, Ricardo? Or these people wanted to sit over here. And I'm like, bro, if you're the host, if people come into your restaurant as the host, you have to dictate like where people sit, and you have to do it in an order like that's fair to the freaking staff or whatever. Especially with me being there since 9 o'clock in the morning. This at this point it's what 11 o'clock had to went past 11:30. We had started getting other servers in there. 12 o'clock then came and I only had one table. Now you sitting other people in my spot. You're from Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Oh, what's up? That's what's up, man. What's the weather like down there? Is it warm right now, or does it even get cold down there? I don't know why the message was retracted, but so other people start coming in and they start seating them in the order that they start coming in, which is what you're supposed to do. But at some point, I get skipped over again, and I'm like, what the fuck? But let's put it like this: by the time I left there, I only had two tables, and everybody that came after me had more tables than me, and that just pissed me the fuck off. I look like your gay neighbor. Well, he's a very good looking guy then. And so at that point, I was like, yeah, y'all could just go ahead and get me up out of here because I've been sitting in this restaurant for over an hour. And oh, so it's hot down there now, right? Like even at this time of year. That's all, because like up here in the United States, it gets kind of chilly. Good evening, J.R. Woodford. I appreciate that, Maud Morales. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We're gonna have a interesting conversation today about some things I've been seeing online. It's gonna get kind of rowdy in here. I'm a good guy depending on what we're talking about and depending on who you are and how you take what I'm saying. Some people take, some of the stuff I say to heart or personal, and I'm not really going at anybody personally. I'll just mostly be talking about overall. What's up, T and Pyro? What's good? What's good? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're gonna get to the subject matter at hand in a minute. But pretty much, anyway, I was there for what? 9, 10, 11, 12. What is I left there about 5 hours today and made fucking dollars. I was hot, bro. I left out of there hot, man. Diametrically different to yesterday, or I made like 100 and something because it was Veterans Day and we were giving away food yesterday, and it was a much better day than it was today. But it wasn't even because of the customers; it's because of the way the host was seating. I'm so glad she's off tomorrow, and the other homegirls back up there, so tables would be, it would be done right. Because today I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I didn't like it. But anyway, I guess I can get into the subject matter. We got a few people in here. So I don't know if y'all heard about this 4B movement, right? The 4B movement, I'm going to describe what it is again, was a movement started by Korean women in Korea, like as a feminist movement to protest men or whatever there was going on over there. According to them, the movement that emerged in South Korea during the mid to late 2010s on Twitter and on the website Woolmad. The name refers to defining the four tenets for which all of the Korean language term bi or be, roughly meaning no. So B means no. So its proponents do not date, get married, have sex, or children with me. So that's what the 4B movement is about. And it's been adopted here. If you were to type the 4B movement into the Google search engine right now, what's going to come up is a lot of articles saying how within the last couple of weeks it's been adopted by Western women, and it's a big debate about the 4B movement. The time in Jamaica is 4:39 p.m. at night. Oh, okay. What time is it here? Oh, so y'all 3 hours ahead of us. What's good, T and Pyro? We all good tonight. And it's been adopted over here because, like I say, of the political climate. A lot of ladies here feel like they're about to lose their rights. Completely lose their rights. The incoming administration, according to a lot of what I'm hearing, it's just what I'm hearing. I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate tonight too, okay? To a certain degree, at least here in the beginning. I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate as best I can. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate. So from what I'm hearing, when the incoming administration comes in, I'm going to have a collar around my neck as a black man. That's the first thing that's going to happen. Right off the rip, I'm going right back in, because I've never been in slavery, but I'm going back into slavery, at least in the vein of my ancestors. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not saying this is what I'm being told. So first off, I'm going right back into slavery. Second of all, women are about to lose their rights. It's about to be hands made tail all over again. It's about to be nasty work out here. You know what I'm saying? 43 seconds. Hi, Amber. And so, you know what I'm saying? I've never been to Jamaica. I would love to go to Jamaica. Jamaica sounds lovely. But the 4B movement adopted here is because of that. The new administration is about to come in. They're about to take all of these people's rights. They're about to take my rights. They're probably about to take your rights. They're about to take women's rights, especially. And so in order to protest that, a lot of women are shaving their head. I kid you not, shaving their head. At least these ladies that are perpetually online without employment are about to shave their head, put on blue bracelets, and stop having sex with men. And the reason I say that the 4B movement, I'm going to get into why I think the 4B movement will never work in America, just in general. I'll get into that in a second. But that's what's going on right now. And me personally, I think it's asinine that all of it, I think, is asinine. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but I think it's asinine. I think it's crazy to think that just because somebody's elected that you're going to lose all your rights under the basis of nothing. That's insanity. That's insanity. It gets even more insane. Have you guys ever heard of something called aquatofina? Aquatofina is a poison, and these ladies are talking about using aquatofina on men that they, that didn't vote in the direction that they wanted them to vote. So let's say, for instance, you're with your husband. You wanted to vote one way, and your husband voted another way, in a way that you feel is gonna impede upon your rights. Well, you can dose this nigga with some aquatofina and get him up out of here. You understand what I'm saying? This is literally what's being passed around on the internet right now. This is being told. I swear to God, there are dozens of videos about this, including songs being made by women that have already shaved their heads and adopted their blue bracelets. I'm telling you, it's like a dystopian Power Rangers, right? And telling women that are despondent by the election results to dose their significant others with aquatofina. I kid you not. Kid you not. Mm. And to me, that's crazy. Who would win in a fight? Jeffrey Epstein? All those distractions. So, at the end of the day, Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy, they all gonna sit pretty. They all have their parts to play because so many people get distracted by that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What it do, man? Salute from Memphis. Oh, that's what's up, man. Hey, do you know who Maddox is? No, who is Maddox? Who is Maddox? The only Maddox I know is Multiple Man from X-Men. Maddox. Okay. Okay. I get it. Ha ha ha. Bro, Richard, no, I've never been to Jamaica. Never. Never, not once. Right? Let's see. What up, Stoner? What up, Stoner and a half shell? But anyway, I don't know. I just think that like that particular movement, like that particular thing, just like a lot of the whole MGTOW movement, is a psyop in order to keep men and women, at least here within the Western Hemisphere, divided. Because together we're stronger than we are divided. I want y'all to consider something. Most of us, you know, live alone or live by ourselves. Like I say, a lot of people perpetually online having these discussions or watching these lives and whatnot. Okay. We come in here, give our opinions about what we feel our perception of the world is, right? And we feel ever more divided because our perception of the world doesn't match up with the people that we are probably attracted to, right? So we grow further and further and further, and then they implement these little divisive narratives into the conversation: the brick lane, the big town movement, the passport bros, the 4B movement, like all this dumb shit, right? The feminists, all the shit, and everybody is constantly having these same debates. Like it's like a you know a cycle. Nothing changes. It's just the same conversation over and over. 50-50 conversation. Where should you take a woman on a date? How much money you should make? What should she bring to the table? These conversations that are like pretty much have empty platitudes because they mean nothing at the end of the day. Because if you're gonna be attracted to somebody and somebody's gonna be attracted to you within time, none of that shit's gonna matter. None of it, like at all. And anybody that has any experience in living knows that. But when you, like I say, are perpetually online, you get in here, you see these discussions and these different movements. It's kind of crazy, right? And instead of there being like a way for us to be together, right? You would think that in a time where the economy is squeezing more and more, people will come together. Men and women would say, okay, let's put aside our differences, right? Let's come together. Let's pool our money together. Let's pool our resources together. Let's pool our ideas together, right? And let's conquer this thing. Let's be, you know what I'm saying? Like, because individually, look, this is what we're doing. We pay individual rents, right? We pay taxes individually. You understand what I'm saying? If we do have children, right? One person is paying out, right, to the state. So that person isn't getting his full income and can't completely invest into his children the way he wants, because there's no way to build generational wealth when you're being cut off at the dick. There just isn't, right? And this can go for male and women. I'm not trying to turn this into a whole child support thing, but it's just that's an element of it. But you have different families, and then what will happen? Family, you have a man and a woman get together, right? And they may love each other, adore each other, and and all that comes with that, right? To the point where they'll have children together, right? And what happens? They'll have these kids, and then within a few years, something inconsequential happens to where now all of a sudden their family's no longer together. Now that woman with that child is seeking support from that man who is living away from that child, not being able to pour 100% into that child or that household, then she's going to struggle a little bit because the state's going to pick away from whatever that man is paying, because that's the way that works, right? Meanwhile, she's going to be putting herself on the market with other men that are damaged in the same way that the man that she had the original baby with is. And it's this endless fucking cycle. And it's like, there's no good men and there's no good women and there's no this and this, on top of them pouring all of this bullshit into our heads. Have you been happier indoors, or do you crave the excitement of outdoors? That's a good question. That's a fucking damn good question. Let me see. I seen your videos. Stay up, man. Due to gang stalking, stay up, man. Due to gang stalking makes us homeless. I'm getting to that too. But have I been happier indoors? Of course, I've been happier indoors. Like me personally, like I hate being outside because it's a, like I say, you have to every day you have to pick a destination. And if you saw any of those videos when I was outside, I say you always have to pick some place to go. So there's never no, if you want to stay sane, like, so it's never just like, okay, I'm going to get off work and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do. I have to always have in my head, okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here to stay sane. And then by this point, I'm sleepy, so I can go here and camp and do this, and that's how I kept going. But that would age you very quickly, because that month and a half, 2 months felt like way longer than that. It did. It felt longer than that. I'm happier indoors because I'm able to think like about everything but surviving. I mean, I have to, of course, come up with my rent like anybody else and like all that. But as far as like, I'm not thinking about, okay, tonight I'm going to go to sleep and I got to make sure I got my gun because this fucking idiot crackhead is behind me fucking whistling and talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to deal with that anymore. You feel me? Like, so no, I'm happier indoors, but the excitement of outdoors, I'm excited every time I leave the house because I be having anxiety issues, bro. I'm telling you. That's why I say, like, people have to be careful with people because you never know what is on somebody's head or what they're going through. Cause I'm one of those people, bro. Like, you catch me at the wrong time, I'm extremely fucked up. I just got a van and now sleeping in it. I was sleeping outside too. I was outside for 4 months, and I'm glad I was too. That shit made me even stronger. It did, yeah. It will definitely make you stronger. Hey, Tanae. Yeah, I was always on alert. Had to constantly be on alert. It does make you stronger, and then it also makes you, especially man or woman, it kind of makes you understand that you have to look out for yourself regardless. Like, and the reason I say it makes you stronger because you know that if you lose everything, you'll be fine. You know how to, like, all right, I've lost everything before. Like, I know I can. I mean, I didn't lose everything. Obviously, I had all my shit in storage. Like, I got all my shit here. But I mean, as far as like just being even out on the street and everything, like if you fall into that type of situation, um, yeah, it does make you a lot stronger because there's some stuff. I'm gonna go into it real quick because since you brought it up, and then I'll get back on topic. There are things that, hey, Anisha, I know Anisha's in here. I know she's gonna agree with this. There are things from people that I can't. There are relationships with people that I've had to dial back on, not because I was homeless, but because I had to understand like the dynamic of our relationship, if that makes sense. Like, you can't you can't love you can't love everybody more than you love yourself. You can, oh, my bad. I'll add you as a mod, Anisha. Let me see. I got you. Let me see. You said I just go into your name. Oh, I add you. How do I add? Oh, there you go. I see you. Did it work? Let me see. Go back in there because it don't look like it worked. Oh, yep. You're a mod now. Where's Tanae? Tanae, you're gonna be a mod too. All right. There we go. They are. They're scary. Vegas, but like one of the things I was saying, as far as like being homeless, there's a couple things where you can kind of avoid, being in the like in the danger. Like, for one, you can pick places where as long as you can be inconspicuous, you're not in a dangerous environment, so you don't have to necessarily deal with the danger. You could be in, safer neighborhoods as long as you cannot be noticed. And the thing that can help you not be noticed, like I say, is having a gym membership, is having a place to store your stuff so you ain't carrying like all this shit on you at one time and all that other stuff. So you could be in safer areas. But a lot of people, like the area I live in right now, where there's a lot of homeless people, yeah, it's like it's dangerous. It's super dangerous. Like, because of the environment, the cops are always out. Like one day I was coming home last week, and they had all this street out here blocked off, and they had the cops around like over the fucking. I don't know what happened, but it's like always like that over here. Remember to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Ricardo. I advocate for love and world peace. I do too. The only the I do, and I was thinking about. It's funny that you bring y'all get me off subject, bro. Y'all get me off subject. Y'all do because it's like y'all must be in my head. Like earlier, I was thinking about that. I said I do want to come from a place of like like love and understanding with a lot of things. But there's a lot of evil in the world that hijack the innocent, that prey upon the innocent, and I can't have that much compassion in my heart for that. You understand? I can't have that much understanding in my heart for that. You understand what I'm saying? I can never soften myself to the point where I'm like, okay, evil is just there and I'm afraid of evil. I can never be afraid of evil. You know? Like, let me see. Bro, you sound like my dad was out on the streets on and off for years by choice and pride when I was younger. Still the most confident, strongest man. I'm not home. Yeah, yeah. I like that though. I'm not homeless, but everything I physically own that I need can fit into a duffel bag. Point being, we're not taking anything physical. No, we're not, bro. We're not. Thank you, Anisha. Um, we can't take nothing with us, like, bro. And that's what I mean, like, with all of this shit that they got us going through. Like, if you see a lot of these videos, what did they got? They got Shira 7. They got Fresh and Fit. For a minute, they had Andrew Tate. They have all of these like feminist women making all these videos, making money, y'all. I wish y'all knew how much money. I'm gonna peep game to y'all, right? So imagine this, right? Because it works differently on TikTok, and a lot of this content comes from TikTok, and it's regurgitated on X and here on YouTube. But I'm gonna tell you how much money some of these ladies are making, and some of these men are making some of this content. Okay, so for every 1,000 views, for instance, it's $1. Like generally, maybe $1.10, maybe $1.20, depending on your RPMs. But if you have enough subscribers and you monetize on TikTok, it's about $1. At least when I was monetized, about $1, $1.20. Some of these people are getting 50, 60. 70,000 views on multiple videos a day. Y'all see what I'm saying? So that's $150 here, $150, $200 here. This is daily, 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 daily. You understand? Just to push this content. You see what I'm saying? If I picked a side, let's say I was like, I'm a Trump supporter or I'm pro Biden, my content would go up, bro. It would just go up. But I can't pick a side because morally, that ain't how I see things. I see things by issue, and I look at society and the impacts of society that these people have on society. I can't ever bend the knee to a despot, even if it's for money. I just can't do it. Like, even though I know it's profitable, even if I know, like, for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. Obama came out, what was it? And he said what he said. And I don't know if some of y'all saw the short that I put up here where I responded to Obama. That video went super viral, okay? I mean ridiculously viral. Not just on TikTok, on X. It was on the fucking, y'all said Sky News. I had to look. I was like, damn, that shit's crazy, right? I mean everything that I said in that video. Now, if I picked that position and just stayed in that position, and I was the anti-Obama dude, and I was just a constantly rah Republicans, I would be rich. It wouldn't be very hard, especially with how responsive people are to me with what I'm saying. But the reason I'm saying what I'm saying is because I mean what I'm saying. It's not because I've picked a side. I'm not on your side or this side. It's because that's what I believe. I don't believe that Obama has any right to come out here and tell me to do a goddamn thing, or neither anybody else, any other state actor that believes that they're some type of king or whatever. Who the fuck are you to tell me anything, right? That's how I feel. But that was, that would be picked up as, oh, look, he's saying, black men are going to vote this way, which for the most part was true, right? But even still, most black men still voted for Kamala. It is what it is. But that was picked up and used in that way. If I wanted to, if I felt so inclined to do so, then it's like, well, I'm going to be that guy. I don't have it in me. I'd rather sit up here and tell y'all and just be honest. Like, you feel me? I can't. You know what I'm saying? My military experience. it wasn't really no experience. It wasn't much of an experience. It was more of a I was there, then I wasn't, and then I got arrested for not being there. You know what I'm saying? But these people make money, a lot of money off of these videos. You know what I'm saying? So if let's say for instance, because none of my videos, as far as me talking about this type of stuff, have ever gone viral. I'm just talking about this from the heart, as far as men and women and how I feel like we need to be together and this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Nakia, thank you. Do you think something will happen before his inauguration? I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised. They like to keep us on our toes these days, as far as, like, you know what I'm saying? But I know what all that division is. For one, people get paid to do it. A lot of money. Like I say, $1 per every 1,000 views. That's a lot of money. It don't seem like a lot of money, but when you look at TikTok and see how many views a lot of these people are getting, think about it. If somebody every video, let's say I had a video that was 300,000. Like, I have a video up there right now that said, I think it's like almost 400,000. If I was monetized, you can calculate to about 400 and something dollars, right? So think about people that are doing that every day, and they're keeping the ball rolling with the division. They're making bank, and it's no government entity coming into their ear and saying, "Hey, this is what you should say in order to be on payroll." No, you just pick up on, this is how I'm on payroll. So like I say, if I adopted a side, I'm rich. I would never have to think about money again, because it would constantly be coming in. I literally would rather struggle than be their puppet as much as I can, because we're all their puppet to some degree. But I'd rather, not knowingly know that I'm fucking selling my soul to this machine just because there's a financial gain, especially when I know I'm doing damage at the end of the day. I can't sit here and talk to young men and tell y'all to be by yourself. Some of the best parts of my life have been when I was in relationships with women. Some of the best times of my life have been in that situation. I'm not going to tell y'all to deny yourself. I'm saying the young men. I'm not going to tell y'all to deny trying to be with a young lady and being a regular person and starting a family. I'm never going to tell y'all that, because of the pitfalls or because of the risks that come with it. Yeah, there's a lot of risks that come with it, especially in this day and age. But life is full of fucking risks. You understand what I'm saying? And like, one of the things I'm gonna say, like, you can't give up on women, because there's crazy women talking this 4B bullshit and shaving their head online. And women, you can't give up on men, because there's a lot of, red pill content and niggas saying, oh, well, I'll never date a single mom. And because that's bullshit. Especially when you get to a certain age, you can't help but date a single mom, because you old. You can't, you in your 30s, how you not gonna date a single mom? What are you dating then? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, at that point, somebody got a kid. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all boot old girl? Y'all booting the kid? Y'all be booting people? Why y'all booting the kid? Oh, it was giving spam. Are y'all? What y'all doing? Welcome to this. Yeah, Lavelle, fucking 4B is crazy work. And I was telling them earlier about the Aquatafina thing, where they were talking about poisoning poisoning niggas. That just blew my mind. Oh, he follows her on Facebook. y'all banning people for no reason. I just modded y'all up and y'all banning people for no reason. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. But yeah, so that content, like especially if you go viral off that content, you paying your rent every month through that. Every what is it? TikTok is on the what is it? No, yeah, TikTok is on the 15th. So every 15th of the month they breaking you off, and the money gonna hit, right? Sometimes it don't. Sometimes people be having fish. I only got half of my money. Then the money end up the rest of the money hits later. Um, and so you ever wonder why people are as redundant as they are? That's why it makes money. uh, not only that, the the adult. Oh, so I was saying why the 4B movement will never work in America. Well, it will never work because y'all ain't about to stop having sex. Stop it. Y'all ain't about to stop. How some of the ladies that are even talking about this 4B movement shit literally have OnlyFans accounts. Like, how does that work? How do where they're having, sex with men? How does that work? How do you maneuver that lifestyle choice? You know what I'm saying? And I've been on 304 TikTok a lot. That shit blows my mind. That if y'all ever wanted to hear people with no shame, and I'm not saying that you should always have shame, but some things you gotta have a modicum, a modicum of shame about, bro. That shit is insane. I can't even describe it. Y'all go and check that shit out, and it'll pop up on your feed. These girls are wild. Sometimes they getting ready. Sometimes they on the corner, literally competing with other girls. I saw one girl she was like, you see, why all those other bitches are all the way over there? Because they don't make no money when they're around me. I make all the money on this motherfucking corner. And this girl could have been no older than 20, 21, 22 years old. And I'm just like, that's why and it's content. That ain't what blows my mind. Going to the comments, the support, the support, the support. I'm like, this baby girl is literally out here on the corner, and you ladies are in here supporting this shit instead of telling her, baby, get off the corner. It's dangerous out here. And they all in their little in this particular video, they all in their little, you know what I'm saying? They in their Power Ranger outfits too. She got the wig and the little, you know, dress and all that other stuff, and she out there doing it. I heard one girl say she sees, what did she say? On average, she's seeing about 50 dudes a week. And I'm just like, and he was like, so your body count is astronomical. She was like, yeah, she just giggled the shit away. And so that's why I was trying to tell young men, like, you meet somebody, right? So here's the thing. Imagine this. You meet somebody. You like her. She's cool as fuck, right? She cool as shit. You have no idea that she was in that video. That you know what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea, but she cool as shit. And you get along with her. Y'all have this whole relationship. You ask her, what's your body count? Because a lot of y'all are on that shit. Like, oh, body count, body count, body count. She gonna tell you straight up 3. You never saw the video. Never will see the video. Never gonna see the video. Video don't even exist. It just pooped off the internet. Never happened. You understand? That's why I would say that's because I would look at that young girl and I would say there ain't no goddamn way that she going through 50 dudes a week. There. You can't tell me that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that. But here I am. Mileage on hot dog. Yeah, we don't like bald heads and shit. Let me see. Super duper thick. Let me see. 304 talk is crazy. Yeah, 304 talk is insane. And just say, let me see. And what is the shaved head supposed to do? The shaved head is supposed to be like a protest because, you know, I don't know, like that's gonna stop anything. All right, I will. Bring the kill back, y'all. Like, obviously that's a real person and you kicked her out. I feel bad for young women doing that. Saw a lot of that growing up in LA. You know what? Vegas. I spent most of my teenage years in LA County, and I didn't know that it was as prevalent as it was out there until a family friend. She was a teacher. Okay, she lived in our building. Like, she actually lived in our house for. I let her move in to our apartment for 2 weeks because she was my girl's friend when she needed to move out there. She moved out there. She got an apartment in our building, and for the time, I thought she was cool people, right? And I thought she was cool people, and I didn't stop thinking she was cool people because of what I found out. I stopped thinking she was cool people because of some other shit later, but we don't get into that. But what happened in this particular instance was, yeah, she on the side she started escorting, so she started doing it on top of being a substitute teacher, right? So she was substitute teaching during the day, and then she started doing this escort service at night occasionally. That's what she was telling me and my girl. She was like, "Oh yeah, occasionally I do this and I do that, and I, da 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 da." And she started making all this money off of it. But when we found out that she was doing it, it literally blew our fucking mind. Like, I had no idea this girl was out here selling pussy, and it was like a normal thing. And this is through a service that she was doing it through. And I was like, damn, Ingrid, you out there doing it? And she's told me in detail a lot of different stories about like how people go through the agencies, how she does this, and like I did I just say that? Ooh, oh my god! Did try to say the person's name, but whatever. It is what it is. Fucker, whatever. But anyway, yeah, she was out there doing that. She was out there doing that heavy, 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 and didn't stop there. And her fiance at the time found out, and he was of course upset. But I'm gonna tell you something about her fiance. He stayed with her, and y'all probably like, oh, he's a simp and this and that, and yeah, to a certain degree. But the thing about him is he is a really good dude. Like, and when I say like a good person, he's literally a really decent dude, like really decent person, really hardworking dude. Gave her everything, you know what I'm saying? Did everything uh necessary for her and their family, and stayed with her, and literally she promised him that she wasn't going to do that. And I would honestly bet my life that to this day she's still doing it, because she was doing this shit the years later because it's easy money. And a lot of guys will sit here and judge it, but I think we kind of got to thank God that we really can't slang dick like women can sell pussy, because we would be out of here, bro. We would be done for, because that's such easy money for a lot of women, especially when they get into the right groove of it. And not trying to, no pun intended, like that's it. It's too easy. We're not talking about just OnlyFans. We're talking about literally they're and I'm gonna get serious here for a minute. There are young girls that come out here every weekend, and I mean young. I'm talking about 15, 16 years old, and they sell themselves. They either get arrested, or they get trafficked. That's what happens out here. It is a very common thing, especially when you work down there by the casinos. And the reason I learned this because I used to work down there by the casinos at a liquor store, and the stuff that I saw going through there on a nightly basis, especially throughout the weekends, was insane. And if you think that the police and everybody else don't know what's going on, you are fucking wrong. The police is constantly in that parking lot. The police is constantly at those hotels. They know exactly what is happening, right? So even when some of y'all come out here, and here's another thing I learned: it's all demographics of men that buy pussy. It ain't, and it doesn't matter, how young the young lady looks. It's all demographics of men. And depending on if there, and I'm not, I'm just giving away secrets here, but depending on if there's an event in the city, Bye, Nakia. Bye. Bye, Tanae. Have a good night. Or you listening though. But depending on what the event is going on in the city, people come here and I mean, it is bought. It's money being made here. But on the back end, okay, so there's the ladies that do it. I'm just telling y'all, there's the ladies that do it and they get their own money, right? They come out here, they make their money. They may come out here with a girlfriend, they make their money. They may leave, go back to California, wherever they go back to. And they do this, like, especially when there's events or during the weekend, they come out here to get their money. They keep their money, or maybe they split it with their boyfriend or whoever the fuck. But then there's the girls that come out here, they get caught up in the web of it's not their money. They get caught up with a nigga. And the nigga, he offers protection at first. Oh yeah, I know you're trying to do this. I'm gonna make you, but that ain't what they do. Or you need a place to stay. That's how it usually is. You need a place to stay. So you're gonna stay here. But then it turns into we gonna go down here and you're gonna do this. And then they end up doing that. And that's how they get caught up in it. And that's how the 15, 16-year-old girls get trafficked out here. It's that simple. They come out here thinking that they're about to do one thing, that they're about to probably dance or they're gonna go this. They get caught up with a pimp, and then the pimp takes them down there and they get sold. And they get sold very quickly. And they get sold constantly over and over and over. And you say, well, you can report it to the police. The police is out there. They see what's fucking going. They're right there. Like, you understand, especially during events, you can see that they're right. They see everything that's going on. Now now the police intervene under these circumstances. They intervene if you out there blatantly selling on the floor. You can't do that at a casino. If you out there being super obvious, trying to sell push to, people on the floor, you gonna get your ass gonna get arrested. You gonna get hey Christopher, you gonna get kicked off of there. Like I was saying, I just subbed to your channel. Keep up the good job, Machine Guy East. Finally caught a live, handsome. I'm in Vegas for a week. Maybe we can link up. I don't know how to find anybody. Stop it. But these these ladies, these young ladies come out here, and a lot of times they get taken advantage of. That's what the majority of the trafficking is. And eventually they're released, especially when they get worn out, and they're sent on their way, and they have to find their way home, and maybe they're given the ticket to get their ass up out of here, and that's what happens. But that's what goes on out here, and that's how it starts so young. And with the first young lady that I saw that happened to, she was 16, and I was working. I was a cashier, and she had been out there all fucking night, all night. She had been outside all night. It had got to the point where they dropped her back off, and she was just out there, out there, out there. And the reason that I hadn't kicked her off sooner was because I could tell that she was young, and I just like, as long as she's standing right there, she's not out there, right? And so eventually the guy that I work with, because there's a maintenance person, like he was like, this Iraqi guy. He's like, she has to go. She can't hang out here because of the cameras and all that. So I'm like, all right, I'll tell her to leave. So I go out there and I asked her. I said, "Excuse me, young lady, do you have some place to go?" And she said, "Yeah, but I'm supposed to be out here for, I'm supposed to be out here for another certain amount of time, or I'm supposed to make a certain amount of money." I forgot what she said, something along those lines. I said, "And then you can go home?" She said, "Yeah, I'm staying with so and so, so and so." Supposedly it was this dude and his mother, and the mother required that she had a certain amount by the time she came back, or she was going to be locked out or some shit, or she had to do something. And she didn't make that much that night, so they left her there. So I ended up giving her these gold coins. I had these gold coins, and like those dollars. I said, "You take this," and I said, "You know how to get there, right?" She said, "Yeah." My thing was, little girl, go home. Wherever your home is, don't go back to that house. And I told her that. Don't go back there. Go to the bus station. They will give you a ticket. Go to the police. They'll send you home. You understand what I'm saying? But the mind of some of these young ladies, unfortunately, is it's better to be out here in that dysfunction than it is to even be at home with their family, because no telling where the fuck she came from to where she would even come out here and be to the fact that her family's not even looking for her. You understand what I'm saying? This was years ago. This is when I first moved out here, the second time. Have you? I have heard that prostitutes can entrap and rob you. After, oh, yeah. The pros openly walking around the casinos looking for dudes. Cops know the deal. They sure do, especially if they're paid. Anisha, the girl that lives out here, said that she don't date black guys. She gets guys through her link walking the streets is outdated. There are women on I'm just gonna say it. There are women by the truck stop on Tropicana and around the Orleans that are definitely walking the street openly. What are y'all talking about? Like right now. Like it's about to be 6 o'clock right now. You can easily go down there and see these women in their Power Ranger outfits, and as soon as the sun go down, right over there, openly. No, the kid's not. I don't have a girl. I don't have a girl. No girl. I'm single. Um, but yeah, it's sad, man, because it's easy money. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if men could do that shit, if we could, think about it, bro, that's all we would do, and then we would die. You'd be like, oh man, like how much dick did you? Because how much dick can you sell in a day? Like literally think about that. Like how much dick can you sell in a day? See, like women can sell pussy all day. We can't sell dick all day. It just wouldn't work. We get dehydrated. You know what I'm saying? Fucking that shit would be exhausting. You know what I mean? No, they don't make that much. But at the end of the day, don't be out here selling pussy. See, I just contacted her on Facebook. She says she's only interested in me. She's not interested in me. She's trying to piss off my mods. Damn, what the fuck? Dry chapped. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, LaVelle? You just done. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't. We couldn't survive it. Like, it just wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? But then it'd be like, oh man, I can make this much in a weekend by, because we have events. We have the rodeo. We have different concerts. We have CES. We have the porn conventions. We have the different sporting events. When these things happen, a lot of money coming to the cities. And when I say it's every demographic of man, it's every demographic of man. I've seen men come in there with some of the skankiest women, and y'all say that they don't make a lot of money, but I've seen these men give these women their cards and let them do whatever the fuck they want. Let them pull whatever the fuck they wanted out of the ATM, to the point where my boss at the time, and I've told this story a million times, my boss at the time, we had 2 ATMs in that store, and he only kept one of them open at a time. He had one during the day, which charged the normal, I believe it was like $4 or something to use the bitch, and then he had the second one that we had to open at night. So we would put it out of order on the day. We just switch it up during the day and night. The night one, he would charge $8 to use the ATM. The reason that he charged $8 to use the ATM, and this is a direct quote from my boss, because I asked him directly, why do we charge so much? Because it bothered me. Why do we not have to put this sign on the thing? He said, because if they're going to be selling pussy out of my store, I need to get a cut. Somebody did ask me that. They asked me, do I think something will happen? I hope not. I just want us to get off of politics. Like, I want us to get back to like being regular people. I want good music to come back. I want R&B to reemerge. Some good, fun R&B that got niggas out here dancing. Because I know when I was in high school, you had a lot of good music, bro. You had a lot of music that made just niggas be out here dancing, women be out here dancing. Everybody, we was having fun, bro. We were having a lot of fun. I want that to come back. I don't want politicians to be celebrities and all that other stuff. I want them to work in the background as intended and not always be, having us at each other's throats. You know what I'm saying? Would you be hired for an animation project? I have been. Could I hire you for some animation work? That depends. I'll put my email in, not my email. I have an email that I'll put in the chat, and then you can get me that way. If I can figure out how to, oh, there it is. I can just put it in the chat. No, how do I? Can I don't want to. I just need to. See, that's why old people shouldn't be. How do you write something? Uh, Anisha, do you have? Yeah, there you go. God dang, man! I was about to lose my mind. But that's what I want to get back to. But that's uh, it happens. It happens way more than y'all think, and there's even people out here selling their kids too. When I was in high school, at one point, I know I go back there a lot. We stayed in this hotel on the street called Sepulveda, and it was Sepulveda and Nordhoff in the San Fernando Valley, and we had to live in it. We stayed in this hotel for a few weeks, and this woman who lived right next to us, because you could hear everything through the walls. Y'all probably have heard people over here. She was over there selling her daughter. She was selling her daughter. Her daughter was a teenage girl. She had to be about 15, 16. And men would come through, and this lady was selling her daughter. They drink Pedialyte. Yeah, my boss. He's the reason I quit. Fucking crazy motherfucker. He so at one point he fired the other night guy, so I was the only night person working, and he was paying me pretty good at that time to just to be a cashier in his store. He was paying me close to $23 an hour, and I was getting paid overtime. I was literally getting paid. So he thought just because he was paying me that I would be willing to work 7 days a week. My brain don't work like that. I have to have a day off. And he ended up hiring these two guys. It was during what was it? It was October, November, December. He hired the guys at the end of October, and by the end of November, he told me, he said, I'll have to work November. I said, okay, I'll work 7 days a week all throughout November. But by December, I'm gonna need at least one day off a week. When December came, that nigga act like I hadn't said shit. So the first week of December went past, no day off. Take a mind, I had worked all these days straight. I had a shit ton of money, but what the fuck can I do with it if you at work every goddamn? And I was working 12 hours. I got there at 10. I left at about 9:30, 10 when he would get there with his people. I hated that fucking job after a minute. And what really made me hate it, besides him being a literal fucking super villain, I mean, he was like this buff Iraqi dude. I kid you not, like just crazy too. And one night these niggas, this white dude and this black dude came into the store and they stole a bottle of alcohol, right? And the way they did it, there was no way that I would have saw how they did it, right? So the white guy came up there and started talking to me, right? And I'm talking to him, he's asking me questions like he was doing. Of course, I'm looking at, he has all these cameras in there and all the shit where I could see everything, right? But there was a blind spot right next to me. There was another like little shelf of liquor, okay? So the as I'm talking to the white guy, his black friend walks in, and the white guy goes in like as if I answer his question, goes to look at what I'm telling him. The black guy comes up and starts asking me a question too, right? When the white guy comes back to ask me another question, the black guy goes over there, he steals a bottle of liquor, and they get out. We watched this on camera. I see this the next day. The way this nigga came at me about them stealing that bottle of alcohol made me want to fight that man in that fucking store because that shit had nothing to do with me. You understand what I'm saying? But his pride was so strong that, and he told me this, he would rather, whether I don't, he'll rather close the fucking store all night than lose one bottle of alcohol to thieves. That's how he felt about it. He literally took it personal that the nigga stole that bottle of alcohol, and he took it out on me. He even fired a lady that was working there for a couple years because he had this whole thing. He had this big ass sign in there say no tips because during the weekend you have a lot of rich people come through there. These are men that are wearing fucking $1,000 fucking rings and chains, these Armani suits, buying fucking $500 bottles of liquor, right? And they'll come in there and sometimes they just want to tip you. They just in the mood. But he has this big ass sign in there saying no tipping. No, you can't tip the cashiers because once again, his pride. I pay my cashiers. I pay my cashiers. They shouldn't need to take tips and da 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 da. Bro, it's a culture here. If these niggas want to give me, if they want to slide me a 20, let them slide me 20. Couldn't take tips. And this girl, she The dude handed her 20 as a tip, and she forgot to give it back to him. Got fired. Had been working there for years. She's the girl that trained me. I was like, oh, this nigga's on one. But in that liquor store, I saw a whole lot of shit, bro. Whole lot of shit. You used to work off of Sepulveda and Crenshaw. Yeah, that's a good old Sepulveda. Same shit happened to me at the shoe store. Like lost my first job. Ever try shrooms? No, I've never tried shrooms. It's funny you bring that up because blowing that back out video at the hotel, bro. That's just the hotel shit. Your boss, yeah, my boss was a super villain. Oh yeah. No, I've never tried shrooms. One of my coworkers, he was asking me that. What was it? A couple weeks ago. He said his homegirl had some shrooms, but every time I tell somebody, "Oh, I want to try shrooms," they say, "Okay, I'll get you some," and it never manifests. And I was like, "Shrooms are in season." He was like, "Oh, bro, she got the da 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 da." Oh, it's always the same. The same. To me, shrooms are just an imaginary thing that don't exist. Yo, Vegas has Section 8 waiting list open. You should sign up for it. Uh no, if we're like honestly, I'm okay with this for right now. Like my goal right now, um not well, my goal, I have a few goals. But my goal right now, honestly, is to, build up this social media situation and you know, some kind of way figure out how to still be able to work and do the social media thing and do my cartoons in a timely fashion. That's what I'm trying to get to. But as far as like that, I mean, I like if I wanted to make more money, like instantly, I would just get a second job. If I ever got so desperate that I needed money, I would just get a second job. Um, like Section 8 and stuff, I personally feel are for people that need it. I don't need it. I'm able bodied, obviously. I get up and go to work every day. Um, I'm not saying I make enough money because I really don't. But if worse come to work, I just get another job. You know what I'm saying? Or like I said, I got a fucking a DoorDash backpack that I haven't even taken out here. I got a DoorDash card, an account. There's a million ways for me to make money in order to like upgrade my life. But like I said in another video, this is like a mansion to me right now. This is good enough. Like it's and anybody that knows me, they'll take. I appreciate that praise. Thank you. Anybody that knows me knows as long as I got my computer, you know what I'm saying? I got my energy drink, you know what I'm saying? got my got my hash pipe. I'm good. Like I don't feel like I need a lot out of this life. What I want out of this life, if I'm being honest with y'all, more than anything, and then I'm gonna get off this live and go get me something to eat. Money can't buy what I want. There's no amount of money on this earth that can buy what I want. And what I want, what I want. I want uh, 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 a relationship with my kids. I want a constant relationship with my kids. I want to, you know, be a positive impact on their life in some way, shape, or form. Not just through a check or anything like that. As little as it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope part of why I make these videos and part of why I speak the way I speak is because I hope sometimes uh that they watch this shit or they'll come across the shit one day if something was to ever happen to me. Um, that it's a part of me that's here that they'll see. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. So now that I'm all sad and shit, I don't give a shit about no money. But with that being said, y'all, I'll catch y'all next time. For y'all that's been here, uh, thank you. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for sitting here and listening to me ramble. I know this is supposed to be about the 4B movement, but I think that shit is dumb. I think men going their own way is dumb. I do. I think that shit is stupid because women ain't all bad, bro. Women are dope. Women have taught me a lot about myself. You know what I'm saying? If you open to it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, if you want to do something nice for a woman just because, that don't make you a simp. If you want to have a woman as a friend that ain't out here, giving you no pussy, that don't make you a simp or anything like that, that's stupid. Like and there's a lot of men giving that message. So yeah, if she ain't giving you this, what the fuck you talking to her for? Well, probably because she's your friend. I don't know. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But that is it. No, that's all work together to be better. Let's not all separate just because. Let's just figure some shit out. You know what I'm saying? We all in the struggle together. You know what I mean? Thank you, Lavelle. Thank you. Thank you for being here too. I always appreciate you on the live. And have a good one, y'all.